Yo, sup, swag, and you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Keon Laura, aka KL Swag, back here with a video, man. Look, man, we are back here giving another TPS video, man. Shout out to TPS, man. They actually showed some love, man. Last year, man, I was featured on one of their videos, man. It felt kind of good too, man. You know, a lot of people, some of us are, notice a KswaggReacts. But anyways, man, 10 NFL rookies that will be Pro Bowlers in 2023. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I look rough as hell. No cut, no retwist. But guess what? We gonna keep it going. Let's get into
Rookies
it.
taken rise up to the occasion and perform well enough to earn a trip to the Pro Bowl despite it being their first experience on an NFL field.
He has a type of ability like in the passing game and stuff, Mike. It's Travis Kelce-ish.
Back here again with. Love it.
Let us take a look forward at the 2023 season and project which NFL rookies will have balled out enough to earn this prestigious accolade. Bijan Robinson, the former University of Texas running back, is a great place to start.
I can believe it.
At UT, Robinson was one of the most dynamic players in the country. He was taken by the Atlanta Falcons, whose entire offense is built around the running game. In 2022, Atlanta had the second most rush attempts per game, averaging 32.9 per, only bested by
And they got Cordell Patterson.
Probably only outdid
They got him here, actual running back.
league all season, and they often found themselves up late in games.
Cordell Patterson can go back to returning and stuff.
With a QB as athletic as Desmond Ridder likely stepping into the lineup as the full-time starter, Robinson should have plenty of opportunities to make plays off the attention that Ridder attracts. And with Atlanta having invested a top 10 pick in him, I would not be shocked to see him get the bulk of the workload right off the bat, which will put him in a good place counting number-wise to have a chance at the Pro Bowl. Sticking on the offensive side of the ball, there are two tight ends that jump out as early Pro Bowl favorites. The former Iowa tight end, Sam Laporta, who was taken by the Detroit Lions at the top of the second round, 34th overall, and Dalton Kincaid, who was taken 9 picks earlier by the Bills to join an already talented tight end room with Dawson Knox. Starting off with the latter. Intuition might suggest that with Knox still in Buffalo, Kincaid might struggle to get the volume required for him to put up Pro Bowl numbers.
Damn.
But the former Utah Ute very well may surprise everyone with his 2023 output. For starters, it's hard to imagine that Buffalo would have used their first-round pick on Kincaid without planning on featuring him in the offense a fair amount. Knox has been solid for Buffalo, but he will definitely see his role change with the rookie tight end being brought into the fold. And Buffalo using a first-rounder on a tight end also signals that they might be trying to shift their offense towards being more tight end-centric, as they were among the bottom of the league in tight end targets during 2022. Either way, the young tight end will have a great opportunity to succeed right off the bat. Knox is a consummate teammate and should do pretty well to mentor him. And you know, with Josh Allen tossing a pigskin, anything is possible. He is one of the most talented passers in the league, and if the Bills are really keying in on their tight ends, Kincaid should have no issue finding enough opportunities to get the ball. You know, as long as he's progressing like we expect him to. And especially now that Stephon Diggs' relationship with the team is becoming increasingly strained. Sam Laporta, on the other hand, well, he has a ringing endorsement from one of the league's best tight ends as it stands, George Kittle.
Laporta is going to be fantastic. I mean, I think Laporta is the best tight end in the draft class. I think Lions got his complete steal. The way he moves.
Damn.
He's got the dog. Oh, yeah.
Beyond Laporta's athleticism, which Kittle, of course, praised, he's also stepping into a Lions team that is used to running a chunk of its passing offense through the tight end position, and has a vacancy in the depth chart after their 2022 midseason trade of longtime tight end T.J. Hawkinson. Not to mention that Laporta will be running routes for Jared Goff, a 3-time Pro Bowl quarterback who looked to be completely revitalized during the Lions' late season playoff push in 2022. Do not be shocked if we see Goff and Laporta build up some chemistry early this upcoming season, and we see the 2022 Qualec Clark Tight End of the Year award winner add another award to his trophy case with a Pro Bowl selection. And after all, the Lions had a skeleton crew at the position last year after dealing Hawkinson. And the two tight ends
The Lions gonna snap this year, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Brock Wright and Shane Zylstra finished the season with 4 touchdowns each. Now that Detroit has invested such a high pick in Laporta, the team will likely look to funnel those targets his way. And and he could easily find his way into the Pro Bowl roster as a part of an admittedly shallow position group. All right, hopping over to the defensive side of the ball for a moment. The Houston Texans defensive end Will Anderson Jr. is also an early favorite amongst this year's rookie class to make
I can believe that.
in year one. The third overall pick in the draft is a freak among freak athletes. At 6'3" and 253 pounds, he ran a 4.640 at the combine, and he is as strong as a bull. Look, the point being, he should have more than enough physicality to get after the opposing quarterback aplenty. He'll also be playing across from another former first-round pick, Jerry Hughes, who totaled 9 sacks last year, and more importantly, is a 13-year vet who is going to know all the tricks of the trade at this point. And hopefully, he should be able to help guide Anderson towards a successful first season in the league. And if Hughes can't get through to Anderson, I think it's pretty safe to assume that the Texans' first-year head coach, D'Amico Ryans, who just so happens to be the architect of those nasty 49ers defenses we've seen in recent years, should be able to do the trick. Sticking to the defensive line, Tyree Wilson and Jalen Carter could very well join Anderson in earning the rare distinction of making a Pro Bowl team during their first season as a pro. Wilson was taken 7th overall by the Vegas Raiders, who will be the beneficiary of rushing the QB across from one of the very best in the league, Max Crosby. So, I mean, basically, the former Texas Tech standout landed in pretty much the perfect position to succeed right off the bat. Not only can he learn from Crosby, but he'll also have almost exclusively one-on-one matchups because of how much attention his counterpart demands from opposing offensive lines. I mean, a 33-year-old Chandler Jones was able to manage 4.5 sacks in limited time across from Crosby. As long as Wilson earns the full-time starting job as expected, he could put up some serious numbers and snag a Pro Bowl selection. Carter was taken 2 picks after Wilson by Philadelphia, but this selection was considered by many to be an absolute steal. The 2-time national champion at Georgia was widely believed to be one of, if not the most talented player in the draft, but he ultimately fell due to character concerns. That said, he landed in a pretty great situation.
Save up to
Dylan Carter did get in trouble, though. I ain't gonna lie to
Alfa
you.
Romeo Giulia and Alfa Romeo Stelvio.
Situation. You know, being with the reigning NFC champs, the Eagles have veterans all over the depth chart, and they should be able to keep the young defensive tackle on the straight and narrow if needed. He's also joining a unit that ranked 4th in the league last year, that, though they've lost a couple of key contributors to free agency, should be dominant once again in 2023, meaning that there will be plenty of opportunities for Carter to wreak havoc.
They got hella Georgia fans with Georgia players.
Moving to the defensive backfield now, there are 2 cornerbacks that we could see follow in the footsteps of last year's
Eagles gonna be raw as hell.
Sauce Gardner of the New York Jets and Seahawks stud Tariq Woolen. First, let's talk about Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah.
The University of Oregon All-Pac.
Talking about my Patriots. They talking about my Patriots. I'm telling you, y'all, Christian Gonzalez is a big pick for us, bro. Christian Gonzalez, bro. Oh my God, man. Christian Gonzalez, bro, great pick for us.
Corner who was taken 17th overall by the New England Patriots. If there
bro, it's gonna be a Pro Bowl.
And the Patriots coaching
Best
staff
corner
does
in the-
well,
bro,
it
he's
is
his second
their
best cornerback in the
development
league.
getting the most out of their guys. This rings
Jalen Ramsey
particularly
and him.
true in the defensive secondary, where we have seen that coaching staff continually set their players up for success. While his performance may not be a guarantee, there is no doubt that Christian Gonzalez will be put in the best possible position to succeed next year. And he's going to do so for a New England team that is ready for him to step right into the starting lineup. So if everything goes according to plan, he could easily end up in the Pro Bowl. Joey Porter Jr., the 32nd overall pick in the draft,
I did hear about these things.
finds himself in a very similar scenario. Pittsburgh is yet another
He's nice,
organization
Joey
that
Porter.
prides itself
He's a
on its
big
top
corner,
notch
too.
capacity and player development. And beyond the elite coaching and scheming he'll have access to, Porter will also be a beneficiary of TJ Watt and the Steelers' nasty pass rush. As long as TJ can stay healthy, it's safe to assume that he'll create more than a couple of opportunities for the young, aggressive quarter to make some plays in coverage and develop a case to be selected to the Pro Bowl. All right, hopping back to the offensive side of the ball. Panthers quarterback Bryce Young, the 1st overall pick in the draft, will likely be the team's starter this year. And he has a great chance to make the Pro Bowl if he can perform with any sort of consistency. Young will not be facing off against as deep of competition for the selection as C.J. Stroud, his AFC counterpart. And with the NFC's top quarterbacks likely missing the Pro Bowl for the Super Bowl, like Jalen Hurts did last year, or in favor of rest and recovery, the field is even shallower. forward. So don't be shocked if we see Young pull off what Mac Jones did a couple years ago when the AFC was a bit more shallow at QB and make the Pro Bowl as a rookie quarterback. Despite the complexities of the position and the perceived learning curve, Young's time at Alabama and competencies as a passer should position him well for a smooth transition to the NFL.
I mean, Bryce Young could do that.
A Pro Bowl appearance as a rookie. All right, last but not least, we have one for our offensive line junkies out there. Peter Skoronski. He's gotten off to a great start down in Tennessee.
Never heard of
and has
him.
two unique factors working in his favor. Number one,
look like
he's
he's
running
wrong.
an offensive line that was among the worst in the NFL last year. So if he can provide a shot in the arm for the unit, he'll get a good bit of well-deserved credit for helping to turn things around. Number two, he's going to be clearing the way for one of the league's best running backs in Derrick Henry. And if King Henry goes off, as he is one to do, that will only further bolster Skoronski's case to be named
That's
to the
true.
Pro Bowl. So there you
That's
have
true.
it. Gotta pay our respects to the men in the trenches. But which NFL rookie do you
That is true, though. We're going to see if Derrick Henry can keep it going, man. I love y'all. Stay swagged up. Ooh, wee.